everyone, welcome to my kitchen. I'm very cold, so please excuse the way that I am this morning. I'm actually going to be making some oxtail. So I love making oxtail, but it takes long to make, and if you think about it, it's not something that we eat very often. So what I do is I've got a little solution for myself. I do my oxtail in my slow cooker. So you might think that that's a little bit weird, but it isn't really, because what I normally, what we all normally do is you make sure that the meat is seared, and then you make sure that the sauce has all the meaty flavors. So we do that at the beginning of mine either way, and then I put it in the slow cooker, and the rest of the process takes place there. So I'm going to show you how I do mine, and I'm actually going to start with the process where I'm taking the meat and then covering it in some flour seasoned with salt and pepper, and then I'm going to fry it off, and I'm going to use my cast iron skillet because it's really the best to use when you're searing off meat. It makes it much easier and makes the process quicker. And then I'm going to be doing the rest of it all in the slow cooker. So let's get started. Okay, so I have done that step I was talking about where I actually just put in the oxtails through a little bit of seasoned flour and then fried them off. Now I feel like I have to be honest with you. The number of times I've made oxtail in the slow cooker, I've probably only done that step twice, today being the second time, and every time I've gotten the perfect meat, the perfect oxtail, and my family are very tough critics, so if they say something is perfect, it normally is very near to perfect or even beyond. So if you feel like you don't want to do that step, I'm right there with you, because sometimes you really don't want to do the extra stuff. You can actually just use the flour, because the flour is going to help to thicken our sauce. So get the flour with the seasoning, put your meat through the flour, and then just put it into the slow cooker. It works just as well. Trust me. So let's get started. So I've got my slow cooker on. I've got mine on high. And then I've just got some onion that I'm going to put in. Followed by the onion is the garlic. And no, we are not frying it off or sauteing it or nothing. We're just putting it in. And I don't know, I think I just like doing things in a certain way. So that's my onion, that's my garlic. I'm just mixing it up a little bit. And then all this meat is going in there. So remember, like I said, if you want to dump the frying step, by all means, feel free. So I've got quite a bit of oxtail, so I've got a little bit of a heap situation going on here. And then I've got some thyme and bay leaf, right? That also goes in there. Tomato paste. Some tomatoes. That was a jump. Okay, so now I'm going to start with the sauce, basically. So I've got my stock over here, and then I've got some red wine. So I've made oxtail without red wine, I think about, I don't know how many times. I've made it without the red wine. But you can definitely taste the difference. But it's not in a bad way. It just doesn't have that pungent taste, and it obviously doesn't have that color that you get from the red wine. So if you don't have the red wine, the beef stock or even the oxtail stock will do just as well. But I've got, and that's what I'm putting in. And I was just asked about the quantity. Not really sure of it, as you would have just realized. And then next I'm going to go in with the stock. I've got beef stock and that's what I'm using. If you can get oxtail stock, by all means. But the beef stock also works just as well. So you'll see that I have quite a bit of stock, right? And you know, with a slow cooker, you don't really need that much liquid, but I want the gravy. So basically I normally make about 3 cups of stock, and then I end up using like 2, like that. And then what you're going to see is you're going to have or end up with a lot of gravy, and that's what I'm going for. So if you want a lot less gravy, I don't know why you would want that, then you'd be okay with about 1.5 cups of stock. And then I've got something that I also love, so please don't make me say the name. It's Worcestershire Sauce, ne? Worcestershire Sauce. Ah, there we go. So I've got this and I'm putting in some sprinkles. And what this gives is a nice smoky taste. You know, I always think when the Americans talk about liquid smoke, I always think that it would be something else. And then I'm gonna try. My pot is actually quite full, so I'm gonna try and just mix it around a little bit. I get quite close most of the time. And last in is your carrots. So you'll see that the carrots, I've actually got very thick cut carrots, and that's because when you're making oxtail in the slow cooker or even in the oven, the meat is in the pot for so long that if you put small little veggies, they'll actually just disappear. But you don't want that. You want the presence of the veg even when the stew is ready and you're about to eat it. So that's why I put the thicker cut of meat. Normally I put in celery as well. I don't have that. I also normally put in green onion, but I didn't want to do that today because my accompaniment that I'm going to be eating the oxtail with is going to have a lot of dough and chives in it, so that will take care of the onion flavor for today. So basically this is it. Now I'm going to be covering it and let it do its thing, and we'll come back when it's ready. We'll be back and our oxtail is ready. So the thing I like about making food in the slow cooker is that you can just put the food in and then live your life. Like now I actually got time to go and walk my dogs. I regret it, but I did it. And so many other things while the oxtail was still cooking. Just one little tip that I would like to share. So in the beginning when I put my meat in, or when I started with the recipe, you might have realized that I didn't chop off any of the excess fat because I don't mind that. I like the fat being in the stew because it helps to then flavor the stew. But then what you need to do somewhere at the end, if you mind it, you can take just a bowl and a ladle and just literally scoop it off. But remember the little trick we did with putting our meat in flour? So that flour is what's helping to actually thicken the stew, as you can see it right now. Also remember I did the other little step where I fried it off before. I really don't mind if you don't do it, and neither is your stew. You're going to get the exact same flavor and you're going to love it. So I'm about to dish up some dinner over here, and I'm just going to dish this on the side so you can have a look. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like the video. You can share the video. Leave a comment and remember to subscribe. And that's it from me. Thank you and bye.